the elephant in the room is what Anthropic recently announced is they're going to start watermarking or tagging, I suppose, all your content, all your material that's generated. Now, what does this mean for business owners? What does it mean for the everyday user? We're going to dive into that. We're going to look through a few examples of how it actually uses, and pretty much depending on how you've been using AI is going to be really see how this is going to impact you on a day-to-day basis. So let's jump straight into it. So as you can see here, we're on the Claude support, how Claude marks AI generated content. So what this is going to do, it's following part of the EU AI Act, basically Article 50. It's obviously an entire new AI Act thing that came out basically. So what this is going to do is it's just covering different what you do's and don'ts of AI, and pretty much what tends to work here is your own approach to. So if you're looking to manipulate things and you're looking to do probably the shadier side of things, more than likely it's not going to be allowed with AI. If you're using AI in a way to promote businesses or promote products, again, it can be done provided you put up clear disclaimers. So I know on Instagram, and an example here is a video I made yesterday. We quickly open this. Is this one? Is I made this for an Instagram trial reel yesterday, and all I've done is when you upload it, you just make sure it's part of the entire AI policy. So look, I can just quickly play it here. I'm 100% AI, and you can do this too. Business owners can get AI to review your products just like this. You can learn to do this. So pretty much as you can see, 100% AI. I stated it at the very beginning of the video, which is perfect. And I think realistically, this is the way we're going to go with things in this entire space is once you kind of announce that it's AI, people are a little bit more understanding and accepting. Now you're still going to have your people that are going to argue against it, or they're going to push back against it, of course. But once you kind of go down that road, it is a bit better. So this is the key thing. Don't try and do this as a professional, an actress or something like that, and have her promoting your own business, because that's where the trouble is going to start. Also, one of the big problems you have to be careful of if you're using AI is not to use it for like analyzing your own audience, say to a point of view of what is it, labeling them, putting it into trying to score them, rate them, things like that. This is one major problem that you can have, and especially I think it is for anyone that you're doing like CV. So again, if you have a CV from a business or whatever, some potential persons wanting to join up, don't run this through AI to profile them, because this is pretty much one of the main problems, especially if you don't have some sort of policy set up for it. Now, when it comes back to, I suppose, your everyday content and how and what this is going to kind of do and how it's going to look. So I've done this image here to pretty much kind of showcase a simpler version of how it's done. So most people get AI, and Claude specifically here is to write your LinkedIn post or write some sort of post. So this is pretty much in here is what you normally see. Everything looks okay, looks perfect from, I suppose, the point of view of you looking at it. However, what's going to happen is you're going to have these invisible text watermarks. So the way this is going to work is it's going to structure text, keep it similar, but what it's going to do is going to start using specific words in, I suppose, some sort of number generation or format. So what's going to happen when it sees certain words always following a pattern, it's going to pretty much be tagged, obviously, as it's 100% AI created. Yes, there's a million problems there that's going to eventually happen. I think going down the road, you can't get away with this by just copying this, going over and putting it into your notebook or Microsoft Word and then copying it back. You're still going to have the same pattern. The copy and paste format is still going to follow across. General posts are going to have this, again, metadata attached to it, machine readable information about origin and creation. Again, we already have these on LinkedIn for images, and I'm starting to see more and more this actually populating through general people on Facebook. It's AI content. And one of the big things here is you have to be careful is if you take a photograph on your phone and you have an AI mode enabled on your phone for maybe better lighting or something like that of the photograph, this can populate as an AI content as well. So again, you can see the potential problems here. It may not be obviously AI created, but it was AI retouched in the process of you probably not even realizing it. So this is a general view, I suppose, of how this is actually going to come together. But if we quickly just go over here to some of the accounts, and this one here, you can see talks about it. So the concern here is quality. So I suppose if we even start up here, is interpretation, is how it's going to be interpreted. The big problem, what I've seen a lot of people talk about, is Is this going to become as processed by Claude or written by AI? So these terms make a massive difference. So for me personally, I use a lot of AI to help with grammar. I use Grammarly as well. Simple and straightforward is because I write and my writing sucks. Simple and straightforward, but I use AI to and Grammarly to help basically fix any spelling mistakes, fix things like this. Again, I don't want this to come up as written by AI. Processed by Claude, again, is okay, but again, it's just a grammar check. Yes, you're going to have the people watching this are going to be there. Look, learn to write better, and you won't have to worry about that. 100% agree with you. It's just physically, I suppose, getting around to doing it and actually spending the time to improve it. It is tough. So that's one of the, I suppose, big things there straight away. Text watermarking works by influencing the tokens model. So again, is this something that's going to become a heavier drain on tokens? Also, the big question here is all the information that Anthropic have used to teach Claude. Technically, then, is this all kind of written by AI content as well? Is there a problem? They are not going into, I suppose, that deep side of it. The third problem is effectiveness. So you can see here the EU regulation even exempts standard editing that does not substantially change the input. Anthropic has obviously went one step further, which I think is probably a bit extreme at this moment in time. And it comes to the key thing, and this is what I've been mentioning today on LinkedIn. I was commenting, talking to someone, but the one big problem here is it's how you actually use it. How does it impact your day-to-day, I suppose, business operations? So for me, inside the AI Marketing Hub, I help and teach people all about AI, using AI for your business. But I've said it from day one, and I always do the same thing: is I never always talk about using it to create finished content. Everything I do is always got to a draft level, and proof of this is obviously my website. And over here you can see my website articles that are currently ranked on Google. If it ever loads up, we'll come back to it in a second. And with this, pretty much, if you're interested in joining this, obviously you can join it as free 7-day trial. But the big benefit of me going with this approach was always to build systems that help streamline things. So scheduling content, uploading YouTube videos, editing videos. All these are things that are done kind of in the background to help streamline the entire business. When it comes to my articles that I get AI to write, AI does it all based on the videos. So every piece of content that I go into research into these videos, like in this, all these screens, elements, things like that, will be pulled from the video and will be uploaded into the article. Now, as I said, these are not just me typing into Claude and telling my Claude agent, whatever, to turn around, create an article for me and target this keyword. They're all based on whatever the topic is. So all my articles at this moment in time, you can see here the last 7 days, they're still getting traffic, they're still getting impressions. Yes, they can be tweaked. Yes, they can be improved. But for me, this is working at this moment in time. Now, obviously, for your own business, it's something different. If you're spamming out 100 articles a day, which people are doing to try and get local SEO keywords targeting, this is where I think AI is going, or I suppose Google is going to massively push back. But if you're pushing out one article every 2 or 3 days or one article a day, and you're kind of connecting it to your video and things like that, I personally think this is going to be okay. Now, again, I could be proved wrong in the next coming couple of months. This could completely tank. I could be getting no views and impressions from it. And again, I think what ends up happening is we kind of reset a little bit and what's expected, and we'll find kind of I suppose, a medium balanced ground for all of this. And this is a prime example. So the same thing I do for my social media content, schedules all my content. Where the big impacts for me is with captions. I have a lot of my captions are generated with AI. Before I schedule them, I go through that list and basically look for, I suppose, things I don't like in it. So certain words I might just turn around and remove them from it. I'll add them to them. There is, I suppose, in terms of manual edits, if I probably edit maybe 20% of each caption just to change. It may change how the structure, how it's laid out, or it may just delete a paragraph or something like that from it. And other than that, it's not going to make a major difference for me. Images I already talk about come up through pretty much every platform now that is an AI image. I don't think it's a problem. I think the problem here is if it's a case you're creating crappy images that serve no purpose for you. I see a lot of images being created that people share and keep. So definitely something to keep an eye on. And how you actually use it, I suppose, day to day. Like most people are saying, if you go through the comments here, and pretty much everyone's the same views. They're kind of mixed. You'll have one side are obviously hate AI, the AI slapped activists, I suppose, and pretty much they're saying the best thing ever is to happen is this, and then their next thing is probably just get rid of AI. Then you have the people that are genuinely like using it, like myself. The key thing here is once you're using it in a way that kind of, I think you accept that and you clearly identify that it's AI content, I think you're okay. And if you use it and you put a bit of effort into it, so as I said, I come back to my articles. It takes me about, as I said, 20 minutes to get an article done, but it's after taking me hours to build, I suppose, the entire system to actually generate these articles. But again, I will not go to AI and just tell it to create an article for the sake of it, because again, it's just going to pull the most random crap from online and put it all together into an article. Whereas it's going to now at least pull my videos. Again, you might think these are crap anyway, but again, it's my own content, my own material, it's my own, I suppose, thoughts and words in it. And this comes through into the article as well. So look, that's pretty much it. If it's, as I said, you're just a general user of AI, you need to just be aware of it. If you're a person that's been using AI and you're trying to hide the fact that you're using AI, this is where it's going to probably impact you. If you're like myself and you're using it for your business, but you're clearly stating it pretty much everywhere that you use AI, you're not hiding behind it, I think you're okay with it. So, if you're interested in joining the community, link is below. 7-day free trial. Get in and start using AI, I suppose, the right way for your business.